How you present your work to your clients is just as important as the work itself. I'm going to be sharing with you how to create client presentations using Adobe Express. What I like to include is my quick intro page, concept comparisons, a mood board page, then I have my sketch slide, my first draft slide or phase 1, and then a final art slide. And then I like to have a next step slide so they know exactly what I'm expecting to get back from them. And finally, an extra bonus one I like to put together is sometimes extra details, like if it is going into print production, what that process looks like. And then the last one would be just like a thank you slide. I always recommend putting your name and the date. That way no one can take credit for your work, so be sure to do that. So I'm at new.express.adobe.com. Then you want to scroll down to document. I'm just going to hit presentation so I get a blank canvas. Go to edit page, color, and I pull up my brand colors. I'm going to make it one of my accent colors. And then I just hit text, add text. I have my brand fonts over here, so I'm going to go ahead and hit that. And then client name. I'm going to go over here to my brands and I'm going to drop in one of my logos. Click and press Option Shift to make a duplicate of this and drag it down. And then I'm going to put like XX/XX/2026. I'm going to make this a lot smaller. So let's say like 25. Now for my next page, I would just hit Insert New Page. I'm going to go ahead and also make this the same background color. So I'm going to go over here to text, add text, concept 1. And then I might have like place for my paragraph text. So the other thing I want to do is add lorem ipsum. I always just search lorem ipsum. There is this add-on right here called lorem ipsum. It's free and it allows you to insert this placeholder text. So I like to have like subheadings to help organize my thoughts. So concept name, holding shift, I'm dragging in the corner to make it smaller. And I'm going to write concept 1. I now want an image placeholder. I recommend going into media, photos. I'm going to go ahead and just use this image as a placeholder. And if I want to present 2 concepts, I like to do that side by side so they can compare them. Now we just make our sketch page. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this. Click here on these 3 dots, insert new page. Make sure this is the same background color and then paste. It'll paste it in the exact place that you copied it from, so that's really handy. This is where I'm gonna write sketch number 1, and then I usually have like a sketch name, and then usually I'll put this, something like that. So this is the base slide format I use for when I'm presenting my work. I'm going to click on the 3 dots and I'm going to hit duplicate. Phase 1, the art name. I would go to add content, elements, shapes. Click on the rectangle and I like to just make a little bar. Make sure it's one of my brand colors. I have it pulled up here. And I'm going to add text. And then I'm going to click and drag this bottom corner until it fits. So here I'm just going to put my name, select it, and then I'm going to hit Option Shift to make a duplicate and drag that duplicate over to the right. And this is where I'll put the date. So I'm going to go ahead and group this bar, press Command C to copy it, and paste it into the previous slides that we made. Once we have our phase 1 art, the next one that I need to do is my final art. Sometimes with this, I'll add elements like a circle. They'll make the fill transparent and the outline one of my colors. So this one's pink. And that way, if I need to highlight certain areas of my image, I can basically use this circle to highlight that. Add text. That's where I might put a little attention to this detail. And you can also add an arrow element. If we go to search here and hit arrow, if you use a shape, you can still adjust a lot of the colors. So when possible, I try to use a shape. So let's duplicate it. Next steps. And maybe I'll put another one and another one, something like this. And this is where I'll explain what is coming up next. So once again, I'm going to duplicate this. Extra detail info. Just to switch it up, I'm going to change the layout of this. And finally, let's make our thank you page. So I'm going to go ahead to our first page here. I'm going to hit duplicate, drag it over to the end. Thank you page. So here you'll put your name@email.com. And I like to change the color of it just to give some variety. So now I'm going to show you a client deck example. So this is for a soccer client. Then we move into the next page. Here's my sketch concept number 1. Then I have sketch concept number 2. Then I have the next steps here, next round. And one thing is I also work a lot in risograph printing. So I usually have a little slide that describes the process and then my thank you page. So you can select the pages that you want to download and hit PDF prints, and then I'm able to save this directly as a PDF. Alternatively, you could also share this link so that the client has the link to the PDF and you can choose the kind of access that you give them. And the view only link allows the person to see the document but not modify it in any way themselves. And now lastly, what you're going to want to do is make this a template. So I'm going to go to my stuff. Here's where I have that file. I'm going to click the 3 dots and I'm going to hit convert to template. Be sure to select keep a copy of this file. I'm going to hit convert to template. If you select it, it will prompt you to use as a template, and then anyone in your team who has this template can use it. The great thing about using a template is that anyone who uses it can just replace the text right in here using quick replace. When you create a very smooth and seamless process for your clients, then they're more likely to come back and book you again. So this is just one small step in making your small business successful. All right, guys, see you in the next video. Bye.